This is the day. This is the day. Na, 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 we rejoice. We rejoice. Football is back, and Man United is back too with it. We are starting off what is expected to be an exciting season for Man United, and I'll tell you honestly, I don't know what to expect from this squad, but I'll tell you without fear of missing my words, United is going to be a very, very difficult team to deal with. It's going to shock so many. Don't you be surprised if we even turn up in title conversations. Well, that's because we have put our house together in time. Welcome to the United of Sport. My name is Webb. Like, share, subscribe. It is Premier League Day, and honestly, the excitement for us, many United supporters, is not really about just the Premier League returning. It's about seeing an improved Man United, a team that has tried to do the right things in the right time and has tried to bring together a group of players who are hungry. Some are winners. There is a lot to anticipate about this Man United squad, honestly. Post Sir Alex Ferguson, I think I've not headed into a season more excited about it like we are. And I know Eric Ten Hag spoke before the game and he tried to kill our energy a bit, saying we are not ready. Da, da, da. Those are mind games. We don't care what he says. We see that we shall be ready soon, but we should be ready to beat up on Fulham United. Drop down a comment and give me your prediction of this game, Man United Fulham, first game of the season. It's on tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Shall we see debuts for important players? The thing, though, is for me, Eric Ten Hag at times just wants to be too careful, and I'm like, oh boss, come on. We want to see Zirkzee. We want to see Zirkzee. Let's see him play. Well, he spoke about him in the game, saying he's almost ready. For me, that was a sign. If Eric Ten Hag says he's almost ready, maybe, just maybe, soon he could be giving him his debut. So probably, and you'll see my probable starting lineup or what my ideal starting 11 would be if I don't try to complicate things like Eric Ten Hag wants to do sometimes. Zirkzee would be in it. I'll talk about it in a bit. But for Fulham, remember, guys, don't you forget so fast. This is a team that beat us at Old Trafford by 2 goals to 1. Well, you can say the situation was different. We had players like Rashford playing in false nine. He doesn't like to play there. Or Mari Foson playing off the left. A terrible game he had. Then we had Victor Lindelof playing on the left, as the left back. There was all forms of wrong things about United, but things have changed. But again, we should believe that in any form and format at Old Trafford, Man United should be able to beat Fulham. I think that this is an improved Fulham. First of all, they have not signed so many players. That's one, but also they have brought the few they have added on are quite important players, the likes of Emil Smith Rowe, who is maybe going to be the man to watch for Marco Silva's side. So I think about the game and expect something quite exciting, a very, very good spectacle to kickstart what is expected to be a very exciting season for Man United. The things we need to watch out for in this game, for me, are one, how we play. How do we play? What style of football do we play? We need to be able to implement it. Eric Ten Hag said we are not ready. We should be ready to implement a style. We want to see it. At least we should be able to have an idea of what United wants to play. Now, this is, for me, if I don't try to complicate the game, this should be my probable starting 11. Of course, Andrew Onana in goal. Now, Eric Ten Hag has consistently been known. He does not want to start players when they don't have games in their feet. But you see, the only way you get games in your feet is by playing games. Now we know that Mathis Ligt doesn't have games in his feet, and he said this. Neither does Joshua Zirkzee. But you see, how will they get games in their feet if you don't play them? You're supposed to play them. You don't just go to organize friendly games, closed door friendly games at Carrington, and bring them to play big games in the league. I think for me, it's imperative on Eric Ten Hag. The fact that we've struggled so much with the same players who lacked any desire and hunger, in them before we struggled as fans, enduring the pain of watching lazy players put on our badge. This being the start of the game, you want to start us off with some energy. I think if these centre backs, especially if these defenders, are just 50% ready, put them there. I saw Mathis Delete training. I watched the videos critically, and I'm seeing a player who is excited. He's hungry to play. So is Nusal Mazraoui. The teammates are ready to play with them. My feeling is if they are just at 50% ready, put them there. So in my starting 11, Delete would be there playing next to Licha. And I don't want to hear what Eric Ten Hag said that Licha could be an option on the left as a left back. That's nonsense, absolute nonsense. I think Lisandro Martinez at left back is a C4 waiting. We saw him against Man City when he was there. He was just not comfortable, and it looks ugly on him. You don't want to see one of your best players looking uncomfortable just because you're playing him out of position. Don't try to be overly creative, Eric. Just play Licha on the left hand side of central defense. That's home for him. Let Nusa Mazraoui go on the left, or because Eric Ten Hag seemed to hint, by the way, that he has Dalo and Licha who can play left back. So probably he will be putting Diogo Dalot on the left and play Mazraoui on the right. I don't care what he does with that. I think it's up to him, really. I would love to see Harry Amas, if he doesn't want to play Dalot, for example, drop Mazraoui on the right and put Harry Amas on the left. I would think this is a game Amas could handle. Maybe just being the starting game of the season, people might think it's big pressure, but put him there. I feel like Amas should be ready or almost ready for us. But let's stick with the senior players. Put your Dalot on the left. In the middle, of course, Kase is still stuck with us. Put your Kase next to Kobe. Bruno in 10, Garnacho on the left, Ahmad on the right. Start Joshua Zirkzee. Stop saying he's almost ready. The fans are excited to look at this boy on the pitch. They want to see what he can do on the pitch. If he's fit, put him there. And you see, the thing with the defenders, what I was saying with Delete and Mazrai, why Eric Ten Hag needs to put them there. You see, for defenders, unlike strikers who you can bring on for 10 minutes and they have a contribution for defender, if they don't start, they're as good as not there. They are useless, especially in league games, unless it's a cup game where you're leading and you want to add more defenders to the team, then you bring them off the bench and try to as a tactic. But with a league game like this against Fulham at home, you need your best defenders starting on the pitch. I don't want to see Licha starting with Harry Maguire again. Let's see Delete there. At least you can start him and pull him off if he's not okay. If he just wants a few minutes of him, start him and pull him off. But I think for me, it's our right as supporters of football to see Mathis Delete and Nusal Mazraoui play. Now, Ahmad Diallo, there should be no questions. Now, Eric Ten Hag is in the habit of tinkering and trying to be creative and all careful. Diallo should be a non-negotiable. He should be a non-negotiable. So for me, the players to watch for Man United in this game are Ahmad, number one. We want to see the new signings and how they have changed how we play. These are things we need to look out for in this game. We want to see Joshua Zirkzee and what impact he will have. What does he play? Which style of football? Because we've spoken about him and his game, but we have not seen it. What does he play? People are hungry to have an idea of the kind of player Joshua Zirkzee is and his contribution to the team, because he's not really seen as a backup for Rasmus Højlund 100%. He's seen as his own player who brings his own style that can supplement or complement what Højlund plays. So we want to get an idea of it. What does he play? Now, this for me would be the obvious. But knowing Eric Ten Hag, he doesn't want to do the obvious things. So it's probable that Eric, now I'm trying to sit in his mind. He will put Zirkzee on the bench, bring him off the bench, play Bruno as a false nine, Kase and Kobe in the middle, then add his probably Mason Mount, probably somewhere. Huh? Then he will add Mount somewhere here, probably because Mount has been praised for having a decent preseason. So these are some of the surprises I might think Eric Ten Hag might do. Then maybe have Maguire start with Licha in case he's fit, or even Evans if he's fit, and then not want to start Mathis Delete. But I think a player who we must see of all our new signings, I think there is no way Nusal Mazraoui is not going to be starting this game. I think Mazraoui is ready. He has got enough football in his feet. So for Eric Ten Hag, this could be, for me, this might be his starting squad. But the one I showed you before would be my ideal. This is what I see Eric Ten Hag doing, knowing the kind of man he is and the kind of manager he is. But whichever squad is, even the shape could change because we could play a 4-3-3, for example, where we have but the other thing to watch out for, by the way, in the game is the Casemiro and how good or bad he is. We need to see whether Casemiro has still got the pace in him to handle the Premier League. Because trust you me, they will be coming at him. If you thought Fabio Carvalho, destroyed him in preseason, well, these Fulham kids will do it even more probably. So probably we want to pay attention to him and see, because for as long as we don't have Manuel Ugarte in, or the new number 6 we want in, it's going to be Kase, taking charge of that position. So we want to see what exactly he's like. So it could be a 4-3-3 as well. I don't want to see Rashford on this pitch. It's our first game. We need to be happy and excited. It could be a 4-3-3 like that. If he doesn't want to play Zirkzee, have your Bruno as a false nine. So, but for me, the best 11 for United, for me, the obvious one, without Eric Ten Hag trying to be so smart and complicating the game of football, do the simple thing. This for me should be it right there. This should be the Man United starting 11. My prediction of the game, first of all, we are going to play better. Whichever starting 11 we have, we are going to apply ourselves. This is a game we shall dominate. We dominated possession against them in the last game, of course, with the mediocre squad we had. I think this is going to be a more free-flowing squad, a game rather for us. I think we are going to score many goals. I think so many chances will be created. First of all, we shall score many goals. Fulham might score because I still think the weak link for United is Casemiro. That midfield is not solid, it's not balanced enough for me. But I think so. If you're going to stake on this game, I will tell you it's both teams to score over Man United win. That would be my prediction. Let me know yours in the comment section. With Amad Diallo and Garnacho, of course, contending for man of the match. Expect more creativity off the flanks. Expect these three players to turn up. Expect more creativity, because the kind of play now sort of brings the ball to them a lot, puts them in more positions to create. Kobe will be of course the silent genius. I don't think he will now. The attention this season is going to be a lot on Kobe. I think the attention this season will be mostly on Ahmad and Garnacho, and we'll see it in this game today. But Kobe will still consistently be a special player for us all season. My name is Webb. Welcome to the season. Like, share, subscribe, predict, and of course, make all the noise you need to make, because, guys, it's on. Catch you later.